Good afternoon, everyone. Right. Well, it's not morning over here, Brad, but good morning for you. It's a nice 4:30 in the afternoon. Sun is shining. Let's hope this game is more exciting than the FA Cup semi with Southampton. That was disappointing, to say the least. Oh, national anthem. Evening, James. Evening? What do you mean evening? It's only 4:30 in the afternoon. Penalties is the best bit. If a game goes to penalties and you don't support any of the teams, then that is definitely the best outcome. Definitely the best outcome, isn't it? Can you look past... I don't think you can... Who the hell is Zach Steffen? I don't think you can look past Man City, yeah. Man City, yeah. I'm going to say they're going to win. I will say, let's give a score prediction. I'm going to have a prediction of 4-1. 4-1 to Man City. That is my prediction, okay? If you've been watching any of the Aussie rules that I've started watching, the commentating is good. 2-2 Spurs win. I don't know. I can't see Spurs winning. Is there any Harry Kane? Is he playing? Yeah, he is playing. I know he didn't play the other day, did he? And it's live. How's the sound, guys? Can anyone let me know how the sound is? Emily's out over in Oz, so she's the opposite of the Americans. What's the time over there? It must be... Is it 9:30, 10:30 over in America? Sorry, in Australia. Okay. Oh man, Emily. Fair play. You ain't got work in the morning. Not got any. No, I've not got any. I've not got any on me, Dan. Fair play. I don't think I could work nights. Although actually, I say that I'm not a morning person, so maybe I could. Maybe that would work well. Alex, if you do, yeah. What did I say? 4-1 to Man City. I just can't look how Man City have been a funny one this season, in that um, they've almost, when a team is top of the league, you know, we all know about it. Look at Liverpool when they were top of the league. Look at Man United if ever they're top of the league, not for a long time. But there's not been much hype about Man City, and they've gone kind of under the radar, even though they're sitting top and are clearly going to win the league. But they've just gone about their business quietly. And Spurs are just crap, aren't they? Let's be honest. I don't think Spurs are nothing without Harry Kane, are they? Let's be honest. It's nice to see fans, though, isn't it? That's the main thing. I was watching. I watched the first half of the, which game was it? I don't know. The third Aussie Rules game today, and I think there was a stat saying that, I don't know if it was this one, but it was another one where they had 70,000 fans in the stand in the stadium in the Aussie Rules today, and that's awesome to see. That's so good to see those numbers back. If you're in America, why would you support Spurs? They seem like a nothing team. That you can understand why Americans or people from other countries support teams like Man United and Chelsea, because they are seen as the bigger clubs. But Spurs are nothing. Don't understand why you would support Spurs. Oh, did they? Well, that's news to me. That's news to me then, if they were a sister team type thing. Or an affiliate. Spurs, I don't, it's not that I hate Spurs. I don't really care about Spurs. I think Spurs are just I don't know. They're nothing special. They're really nothing special. I said, if they don't have Kane, they are nothing. But nothing surpasses the hate that I have on Redmond. Which is actually, so Spurs, a lot of the old football teams are doing like a social media boycott. And that's fantastic, because it means I don't have to see bloody Redmond's face on the advertising for Saints. Great. Keep them off social media. Touch. If anyone wants a time check, I am on 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 5 seconds. 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 minutes and 10 seconds I'm on. CB and Unglesby, nice to have you here, buddy. Thanks for joining. Have a beer on me. Oh, no. Oh, Sterling. Oh, Sterling. That's embarrassing. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Son is even playing today after the devastating injury he must have suffered the other day from the guy's hand. How he's still even alive is beyond me. Maybe that's why he did a bad pass then. Afternoon, Lee. Nice to have you here, buddy. Actually, there is one reason why I slightly resent Spurs. They have changed "Oh When the Saints" to "Oh When the Spurs" and completely ruined the song. Can't even think of their own songs. That's what's frustrating, isn't it? No idea. No idea if they'll walk up the steps. I'm gonna assume not. I'm gonna assume instead of walking up the steps, there will be something on the pitch for them to do, for them to lift the trophy. I think, but I don't know. We will all find out at the end of the game. Yeah, football manager style, James. Football manager style. And Brad, sort of. But Southampton have "Oh When the Saints," and obviously Southampton are the team that I support are Saints. Um, I don't know any other club in football. I don't know if any other club in football actually sing that song other than Spurs, who say "Oh When the Spurs," but yeah, a lot of songs are just changed and tweaked. You say there's 4,000 fans there today. It literally looks like they're all put on that main stand where they opposite the camera, just so for effect. There's the pigeon. Who agrees with me? Here's one for you. Who agrees? Raheem Sterling, he runs like a pigeon. He runs like a pigeon. Look at him, watch him. Look at his arms. Or a little T-Rex. A pigeon or a T-Rex. Hmm. Who also... Yeah, no, it's definitely a pigeon. T-Rex definitely as well, but yeah, no, I think he looks like a pigeon. Um, who saw the red card yesterday for West Ham? Just a shocking decision. Shocking decision for the red card yesterday. So even Neville thinks it's going to be a cricket score. I think rugby score makes more sense. Cricket score doesn't. Mm. Crazy. The red card. If you're on the Discord server, Brad, I did put a link to it on YouTube on there. It was in the West Ham versus... Was it West Ham Chelsea? Yeah, West Ham Chelsea game. No way a red card. No way a red card. Literally, the West Ham player went to kick the ball away, and as his leg went out and then come back down, his studs kind of landed on the Chelsea player. But where else is his leg going to go? It's just... It's in the football section, Brad, if you want to have a look at it. In the football channel. Mourinho wasn't. They weren't really necessarily getting great results from the from having Mourinho. To be fair, were they? But apparently he refused to take him out for training when he found out about the. No, James. That was not your argument about the red card for Leeds. No, it was not. Your argument was that he got the ball clean. The problem was, and I said the red card for the Leeds guy was because he went driving upwards and caught him as he's going upwards, as he's leaving the floor in a dangerous manner. But this was not. This was he literally just kicked the ball, and it was as his leg was going back down, it landed on the player. Completely different. Yeah, I think Mourinho. Apparently, Mourinho it was something to do with the Super League and him not agreeing with it. And yeah, I love how all the owners have come and apologised. Complete empty gestures. Complete empty gestures. Watch Sterling dive. We're definitely going to see a Sterling dive today, I reckon. If he doesn't dive today, I will be shocked. Even if they're 10-0 up, he will still dive. Because he is a cheat. So I did a couple of videos on the Super League things, and I think I would happily, to be fair, I would happily have all those 6 teams kicked out of the league, relegated. It would actually, imagine how much more interesting the league would be without those 6 clubs. How more or less any team could win it. Everyone then stands a chance of winning the league, whereas now you think, well, actually, there's only kind of 3 teams that could win it. So imagine if all those big teams with all that money were just kicked out. I think that would be great. Dieter, the problem is if you're the owner of a business, it's the owners. It's not the chairman. The chairman is just almost the face for the business. The owners, it's their business at the end of the day. I'm not sure how you can just get rid of them. You can get rid of them, of course, but they need to find a buyer who will pay billions of pounds for the club. Spurs have done nothing. 12 minutes in, 12 minutes and 38 seconds in, and Spurs have done nothing. Floodgates are going to open at some point, I'm sure. Remember who the referee is, James. Alright? Remember who the referee is. It's me. At least Carabao get extra advertising, no? With less fans in the stands, don't they get extra advertising? Oh. Sterling, how many chances do you need? Jesus. Have Spurs even got out of their half yet? I don't remember in this last 14 minutes Spurs having the ball in Man City's half. We want goals, don't we? We want lots and lots of goals. Ball going in. Oh, Sterling. Oh, Carabao, mate. Carabao, or whatever it is, the energy drink, is absolutely vile. It's literally just... well, if I drink energy drinks, but I drink zero sugar ones. But the Carabao energy drinks are just like, you feel the sugar on your teeth afterwards. It's vile. So you're not missing out, mate. Dieter, you're not missing out. Yeah, I drink a zero sugar Monster most days in the morning, just to give me some caffeine. But I am currently on. That's what I'm currently on. Brothers Red Apple Cider. It's quite nice. Oh, that's a foul. It just puzzles me. As soon as he was fouled and the ref blew, the Man City player then puts his arms up like, oh, that was never a foul. Like, he's just taken him out. Look. Oh no, that's a different one. There you go. Look, he's not got any intention of going for the ball, and he literally goes to take the player out. And the Man City players are still like, oh, that was never a foul. Ridiculous. What are they going to do with the free kick? Nothing. Jojo. Come here. Come on, Noisy. Come on. Joey's watching as well, look. Joey's here to watch. Oh, no, not happy with me. Surely it's not going to be 0-0. Literally, this is one-way traffic. But you say possession. It's not about how much possession you've got, it's about what you do with it. Leicester didn't win the league with a majority of possession, did they? You know, Leicester won on the counter and on the breaks. Oh, they're in the Man City half finally. Wow, there we go. We got a corner. That percentage has gone up to 2% now. City will be annoyed if Spurs score now, won't they? Let's be honest. Let's move this down a bit. Oh, another Southampton player that was stolen. Thought the grass was greener. What do you mean they're using EFL? ELF? What's ELF? EFL. Well, the what you find is all the camera stuff is all the same on everything. So, for example, if a camera pans to an audience or the crowd, all the cameras do that. So every service does the same. So all the footage is the same. If you Spurs can't even pass the ball. These professional footballers that can't kick a ball to their mate. Get up. Jesus, get up. Felt a touch and went down like a sack of spuds. Crazy. Look, is there really enough? I'm sorry, there's not enough there. He hasn't pushed him. He hasn't even. He's not got the ball. He's not gone behind him. Oh, Jesus. The only ones at the moment actually planned. The only ones I've got planned, I've got next Sunday. I'm doing an Aussie rules, but that'll be ridiculous time for you in America, I expect, because I think the Aussie rules. If you're on the Discord server, make sure you look at the live watch along schedule. But I've only got the West Coast Eagles versus Fremantle Dockers, but that's 7:30 a.m. my time, and that's next Sunday. And then I've got the FA Cup final, and then the Champions League final, and that's in May. Yeah, that's all I got at the moment. I think there's possibly a rugby union final. Yeah, there's possibly. I think there's a rugby union final. Someone told me about, so I may do that. I don't know when it is. I don't know if that's next week or a couple of weeks' time. So I might have a rugby union final as well to do. But that's all I got at the moment. There might be more live watch-alongs with live taste testing with me and Charlie coming up. We've been doing this. We bought these snack surprise boxes, and the one that's come this month is a Portuguese one. So that'll be interesting. Some of the stuff in that looks a bit strange. So we'll probably do a live and a recorded one of them. But that's everything planned at the moment. So yeah, Aussie rules next week. The Rugby Union Cup final at some point in the next couple of weeks, I think. I was told. Taste testing, and I said Champions League and FA Cup finals. Emily, I hope you're going to be there. I hope you're going to watch along for the Aussie rules next Sunday then. Is that the same one then? According to Google. I know the times. I only know the times because I use an app. I use an app called. You probably can't see. I use an app called Flash Scores, and you're able to get all the sports. Hang on, let's see if we can get it. You can get all the sports down there. Aussie rules and whatnot. So that's the way I've worked out what the time is. So if I click on Aussie rules, next Sunday, if it loads up, next Sunday, West Coast Eagles, Fremantle Dockers is 7:40 in the morning. Oh Christ, that'd be an early Sunday morning start. So yeah, Flash Scores. If you've got a phone, Flash Scores, and that's quite useful. Oh! Well done, Hugo Lloris. Let's have a watch that read. Look, bad passing again. Dreadful passing. Great save, great save. He did just stand there, but still. Like, how is the passing so bad? They're professional bloody footballers. Beyond me. Well, hopefully, Emily, the Eagles and Dockers or whatever game will be as exciting as the Sydney game last Saturday, because that was brilliant. Yeah, I think Dieter, that might have been you that told me, but I've been busy this afternoon, so I haven't really had a chance to do anything else. But yeah, I think that'll be the one I put in the date if I'm around. I assume it's a Saturday or a Sunday. Why was it a yellow? Because, so as I've said in I said it in the video I did with Gareth, the rugby referee. You have careless, reckless, and dangerous. Or that wasn't careless, was it? That wasn't careless. That was reckless. So reckless is yellow, obviously. It's funny how rubbish Spurs are doing when they have to rely on Harry Kane to come back to defend. Yeah, Emily, that video with that Rob Hicks. What I enjoyed about it the most was the fact that everything he said, it was easily relatable to football, in the fact that it doesn't matter if you give the right decision or the wrong decision. As the referee, you're always wrong. You know, in the sense that everyone thinks you're wrong, and obviously that's complete nonsense. But it was nice to hear that it's the same thing in rugby, that us football referees are not alone. So then it's interesting that you're saying the same thing with Aussie rules as well. That you know, the referee's always wrong. Yeah, that'd be good. Cheers, Emily. So as I said, you know, Man City have got all the possession, but unless they do something with it, it means absolutely nothing. If they're not scoring, then what's the point? Oh. Oh, they just can't score. The problem is you get games like this where one team is dominating, and the problem is they don't take the chances. Spurs go up the other end, get one chance and score. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Oh, get up. Harry Kane. He's just dived. He's just dived. Get VAR involved. Typical Harry Kane, diving. Watch this, absolutely no contact at all. Look, no contact at all. What the hell? Oh man. Look, how is he falling over like he's in pain? It's embarrassing. But then you've got Gary Neville saying it should be a booking. What the hell? No wonder why Pep's annoyed. Just... Mate, you're right. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing when these players dive. Because there's nothing wrong with them. Look, absolutely fine. It's crazy, isn't it? And you sort of understand when, you know, when the managers are complaining, you know, they're biased. They see things the way they want to see things. At least I am looking at this in unbiased. I couldn't care less who wins. I'm looking at it on a side of, was it a foul, was it not a foul? And I'm sorry, it wasn't a foul. Harry Kane's gone down without any contact, screaming like he's in pain. And all that is, let's be honest, all that is cheating, because he's trying to get the other player in trouble when actually he didn't do anything really wrong. Just ridiculous. Like what the hell? Oh, Jesus Christ. I want a replay of that as well, because that was embarrassing. Oh, hang on. Delivery. Oh. Don't we just love Amazon Prime? We have a delivery. Now, I had a slight accident. With, yeah. We all moan about the high street dying and things, but we can't help ourselves buying on Amazon, can we? Now, I had a slight accident with my keyboard. That is, oh, you probably can't see. That is my current keyboard, and I spilt some fizzy drink in it, and the space bar now is stuck. So I thought, I've had it for a long time. What better excuse to buy a new keyboard? So, this is like an unboxing video at the same time as a watch along. Insane, isn't it? So I bought myself, there you go, bought myself a G413 Carbon. It's exciting, isn't it? Unboxing and a live watch along. If I don't get more views from this, Oh man. Just as I've unboxed this, I've had 2 people leave the stream. They obviously don't appreciate Logitech. Maybe they're SteelSeries fans or something. But this is nice. This will then go with this, the G413. Will go with my Logitech, I don't know, G305. And my Logitech, whatever these are. Logitech something. Yeah. Exciting, exciting. That'll be set up later on. I would say it might help my PC gaming, but I am useless at PC gaming even though I try. Weren't expecting this, were we? We need something to kick off in this this game. We almost need a player to act like an idiot. Oh man, I would love a Logitech sponsorship. Yes. I don't think they're going to take much notice of me though, sadly. Although my channel is growing fast, which is incredible, it's probably not big enough yet for them to give me a load of free stuff. But if they do, if anyone is watching, if any of you are watching from Logitech, then yeah, I'd happily have some more Logitech gear. Can't get the tape off. The problem is there's not a lot happening because Man City just aren't taking any chances. How many shots or how many times have they been in the penalty area and have done absolutely nothing? What are the players complaining there for? The channel has been going since the middle of February this year. So right, hang on. I'll respond to Brad, and then I'll come back to Lewis's question. So my channel started mid-February this year, so not long at all, and I did a Nigel Owens video on as in Nigel Owens, the rugby referee, and I was amazed at the respect these big blokes were giving a referee, and it all kicked, and all of a sudden it kicked off. It's on about 65,000 views now. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a lot, but for the channel my size, and bearing in mind at the time I was probably about 500 subscribers. Now I'm nearly 1,800. But yeah, just certain things have kicked off. I since literally in about the space of a week since doing the first Aussie Rules video, my views have absolutely spiked. Obviously, Australians are absolutely are enjoying my videos. So I'm now I've gained about 500 in the space of just over a week, which is cool. Exciting. This is exciting. I love technology. So yeah, basically just over 2 months. Gone very quick, and I've been overwhelmed. Yeah, honestly, the Australian, because what happens with the Australians, what happens with the Australian viewers is, so normally before I was doing the Aussie Rules, I would put a video up. About kind of 4 or 5 o'clock my time, English time, and then you get views up until about midnight. But then with the Aussie Rules videos, you put them up about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and nothing really happens. They go up slowly, and then all of a sudden, when the Aussies wake up, the Aussies then start watching it. So I've been getting views literally all through the day, whereas before it was mainly GMT sort of time, so I was getting it in the afternoon and evening. But yeah, the Australians have been fantastic. Really have been fantastic. And rugby watch-alongs. Oh man, this feels... Oh man, this feels so good. Jesus. It's really heavy. Oh my god. It's not green, it's just that's the colour of the pitch. So excited. That's going to be awesome to use. And on the rugby watch-alongs, Lewis, there's the one in May. There's the Union Cup final that I'm going to watch and do a live watch-along. Oh, Raheem, how many chances do you want, Mr. Pigeon? Yeah, I'm going to do the one in May. Dieter said earlier what the date was. In 2-3 weeks or whenever it is, I'm going to watch. Going to do that. So that should be fun. I will. At half time, I will swap over the... I'll swap over the keyboards. Yeah, 5 minutes I'll swap over the keyboards. I'm so excited. Like, literally, it's an unboxing and a watch-along at the same time. How cool is that? Really, I could be a tech channel because I love technology. It does have 2 USBs though, which is a bit... One for lights, I assume. Nice. Yeah, like if anyone wants me to do tech reviews, I would happily do tech reviews. I just wish I had the money to buy the stuff in the first place. Yes, Lewis, I will. I'm planning. I will watch the British and Irish Lions, definitely, because I've got a video that's been sat in my watch list for ages, and it's basically, what is it? It's an old guy that's doing like a pre-match talk to the players to big them up and boost their confidence. I can't remember who it is now, but I've got that video to do as well when the British and Irish Lions starts, just to stay in the theme, obviously. Oh man, this is so nice. Don't ask how much money I spent on it though. It's on the business. Yeah, hope someone else might have to answer that one, Brad, because I have no idea who they're playing, as I've only just started getting interested in rugby. So you are as probably good a guess as I am. To be fair, I can see that. I can see that being true. Kind of hyping themselves up. The annoying thing is, I said watching the Leicester Saints game, it was really boring. And I'm getting the impression this is the same. All about possession, but not really doing anything. And we need something we need a fight or something just to make it interesting. No, we shouldn't be off Gary Neville because the other one wasn't a yellow card. Idiot. Yeah, the other one wasn't a yellow card, so He didn't even make contact with Harry Kane. Harry Kane went down trying to cheat and get him booked. Ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. Oh, like, get up! Bloody Reguilon. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't understand why they keep making such stupid noises. And all they're doing is letting their own team down. If I remember, Brad, I'll have a look, mate. If I remember. You might have to comment on this video. If you comment on this video, I might remember. Well, we have sin bins in football at lower levels. We have sin bins for dissent, and I give out sin bins for dissent. But they need to be in the top level. But I just can't see FIFA, the FA, Premier League or whatever. I can't see them introducing sin bins. I cannot, because it will show up the players. The players will all be going off, won't they? You know, it's all about the entertainment, it seems, rather than improving the game. Yeah, they've got no intention of improving the game. Right, I'm going to turn the sound off. I am going to switch over my keyboards. Okay, right, let's get this next round. If you hear any knocking, it'd be because I'm switching this over and I've got to try and work out which wire it is. I'm going down. That right one. This is exciting viewing, isn't it? This is really exciting viewing at the moment. I can see people leaving just because they can... me changing my keyboard round. Right. This is so exciting. Here we go. We've gone from... oh, there's going to be loads of food and stuff in that as well. Look at the difference. Look at the oh. Yes, sir. Well, that can go in the bin, I think. That can go in the bin. Bit of cable management as well. Wipe that down there. I'm going back down again. Oh, we have light. It's exciting, isn't it? Oh, check this out. Check that out. Oh, I can tell you're all excited. I can tell you're all excited. as much as I am. That is beautiful. My desk is a mess. Well, that is nice. That is very nice. Well, there you go. I'm not sure. Can it? I don't know. F7. I don't know. I'll have to do a bit of research and see what if it can do other colours and no idea. No, and that's yeah. It was the other day. I had a glass of Vimto, and I went and I knew I'd knocked it, and it was like trying to yeah. Okay. Hope you enjoyed the lights. Thanks, Emily. Good night. Good night for you. Let's have a look at old G Hub. Oh, that even feels nice. Oh, I can change. Oh, hang on. Okay, well, by the looks of it, I can change it from black to red. Breathing. I can turn it to breathing. See if we can get a breathing. Let's have a look. Okay, breathing. I think it looks a bit funny. I think it looks a bit funny on the camera because of the frames per second. But it's a breathing rather than a jolting that's on the screen. But breathing, exciting. Let's have a look what other ones we. Yeah, it just feels chunky. It feels chunky and heavy, whereas my other one was just a cheap plasticky one. Audio. Hang on. Background colour. Why can I only do red? We'll think we'll stick with a fixed colour. It's just a keyboard, really, isn't it? Don't know what I'm getting excited about. It's just a keyboard. Andy is a piss poor game. I feel bad. The problem is, right, so I've done the live watch along for the Saints Leicester game, and now I've done a live watch along for this. And for anyone that's not a football fan and just coming to watch along and just to experience it, I'm so sorry because, like, it's so boring. After watching, like, the Aussie rules, the rugby league, the rugby union, I can see why they don't watch football. Because it is so boring. Like, Man City can't even... Man City have had, like, all the possession and they still can't score. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, what can you do? What can you do? Maybe less football... maybe less football watch-alongs because you need a drink just to get through it. Felix, hello man. Nice to have you with us. Nice to have you with us, buddy. It is. You're so right, mate. You're so right. When it is bad, it is really bad. Yeah. There's nothing really to talk about, is there? Anyone got any questions? Anyone want to know about me? I played lawn bowls today. That was good. In the sun. fantastic sport. Very boring if you're watching it and you don't understand it, for sure. But yeah, that's good. It is half time. Felix, if you want to watch, mate, if you want to watch, join the Discord server. Hang on. Join my Discord server. And there may be a way to watch. Okay. Played what? I played lawn bowls. Lawn bowls. Google it. Google it, Dan. What did you do as a day job? What do I do as a day job? I've got two businesses. I am a dog walker. So I do pet services. So I'm a dog walker, a cat sitter, dog boarder. And I also run a kids football coaching company called Kickabout. Yeah, the Kickabout started this week. And that was a bit stressful. Stressful, lots of admin, and because we've had kind of 4 or 5 months off, it's trying to make sure everyone's signed up and making sure you take off people off the register that aren't coming anymore, and so that's been a bit stressful. I'm obviously I'm a football referee as well. What position did I? When I played football, so I stopped about 4-ish years ago due to injuries. I played first when I was youth football. I played as a striker, then I played on the wings, and then I finished off playing as a fullback because I didn't have the fitness to keep running up and down with injuries and things. Yeah. Have I seen Smith's version of lawn bowls played on a billiards table? No, I have not. I have not. I'm gonna Google it. I assume it's on YouTube. I'm gonna look on YouTube. What a fantastic thing YouTube is, eh? Smith's lawn bowls. Let's see. I can't even see anything on YouTube, so I don't know, mate. You'll have to link it to me. Don't know. Lawn bowls are fantastic, though. I am... At least someone's asking. Oh, no, we got multiple questions. I am in a place called Eastleigh. I'm from Winchester. I'm from Winchester, and so it's just above Southampton, basically. Just above Southampton, about 10-15 minutes from Southampton. Andy, if you're from Birmingham, have you ever been to the Black Country Museum? We used to go there as children. We used to been there a couple of times when we were kids. My dad used to take me to the Black Country Museum. That was good. And you used to have all the people dressed up. Fantastic day out, for sure. If anyone wants to yeah, I've said this, Sean. No way was it a red card. As a football referee myself, Chris Kavanagh has consistently got things wrong, but he's consistently got things wrong after being able to watch replays on the monitor on the side of the pitch. How can you be getting these decisions so wrong when you've just looked at... So yeah, no, I'm sorry, no chance they're red. Where are you, James? Where are you? Jorvik and the National Media Museum. That sounds like it'd be somewhere in Sweden or something. Leeds. It sounds like it's somewhere in. So basically, the probably the only time I'll be coming up north is if I maybe watch some rugby league. I think that's about right, isn't it? If I go and watch that. So I went so I'm 31 now. So I probably went when I was maybe around 10 years old, I think. So I can't remember it. I can't remember it massively. But I remember people dressed up. You had the shops and stuff, and people were dressed up in the old style, and I think it was, as I said, it's a really good day out. Lewis, I've been watching. So like I said, been because of what I've been doing. I've been watching. I started watching Union with the Six Nations, and then I watched the League, and I think League's just as good, but in a different way. I'm really enjoying Union, but I'm also really enjoying League. But like I said, in a slightly different way. I think League is faster. It's easier to understand. Yeah, I think the main thing is those are the main things. It's faster and it's easy to understand. Yeah. Yeah, Andy, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is that sort of authenticity, which is what makes it. So loads of people, especially. So what I did, I've started focusing on rugby, and obviously now I'm focusing on Aussie rules. That doesn't mean I'm not doing rugby stuff, but it's just the main thing I'm focusing on. And so many people are commenting, "Oh, you should switch to rugby refereeing." The only thing that would put me off trying to be a rugby referee is the fact that you don't get paid. And I know you do it for the love of the sport. I get that completely. That's fine. But I referee football for the love of the sport. You know, I must do it for the love of the sport because I wouldn't put up with all the abuse. I wouldn't put up with all the abuse and things. However, you don't get paid. You might get your expenses or a beer afterwards, but it's still your time and commitment. So that is the thing that puts me off being a rugby referee. And there's no chance of me being a rugby league referee because, yes, there's one team in Southampton which is about 10-15 minutes down the road, but there's no teams. It's all north, really, isn't it? There's one in London or whatnot. And right, football's back on, but yeah. Well, if you look on the side of money, oh man, Andy, I've clearly got short man syndrome, so I make a good referee. I've got Napoleon syndrome, Napoleon syndrome, whatever you call it. I've clearly got that. That's fine, but that's what makes me a good referee. You know, I don't care about what the players have to say. You know, because you've got to be that thick-skinned. But if you think so, what stepped up? I assume you mean what level? I'm level 5, which is sort of county. I would like to think I could be a level 4 referee, but I struggle with the fitness test. Currently, I've got Achilles tendonitis and it's asthma and it's a pain. But yeah, for a rough idea, I would say on average we get £30 a match. Now sometimes it's more for doing higher up games. Sometimes it's slightly less if you're say on the line for a midweek reserve game. But yeah, roughly £30. Well, handball. That was a handball. So yeah, it's not loads, but at least it's still paying for your time commitment. You know, you're paying for your travel. You know, if you're paying for your travel, your wear and tear of your vehicle and insurance, and we obviously buy our own kit as well. Oh God, get up. We pay for our own kit as well, and I love them. Can I explain levels a bit, please? In football, basically, if you're a youth player, if you're a youth referee, you start out as a level 8. No. You start off as a level 9 if you're youth, if you're under 18. If you're over 18, you start as a level 8. You then have to do 6 games. You do 6 games and you get assessed or watched. You don't get assessed, but you get watched. Then you both ages go up to level 7. So level 7 is basically the most basic referee. Done the course basically. And that's local level. That's literally city kind of level. You then do your promotion, which is really easy to get to level 6. That takes you slightly. Basically, each level means you have to travel further and further. Level 6 is you can start doing county stuff, but at the lower leagues. Level 5, which I am, is county level. You're on the line for slightly higher up. And it goes like that. When you're level 4, you then become more or less owned by the FA. You get told what to do by the FA. You start doing Southern League. Well, down here it's Southern League. Teams like Wimborne, Salisbury, Winchester City. Conference, I think Conference is level 2 in the middle and 3 on the line. But it's interesting because I think I had someone say, Massey, whatever her name is, the girl on the line. Is it? I don't think she's doing this game. There's the girl on the line and someone said, "Oh, will she ever referee in the middle and in the Premier League?" And I said, "No, she will not, because what happens in football is, and this is unlike rugby, is that when you get to a certain level, possibly when you get to Football League level, so conference and whatnot. Is it conference? No, not conference, sorry. When you get to Division 1 and Division 2, Championship, Prem, you choose if you want to be a lino and you choose if you want to be a middle. Sean Massey, yeah. So, yeah, she will never be in the middle because she has chosen to take the path to being a lino rather than being in the middle. So yeah, that's roughly it, I suppose. If that's enough detail on the football refereeing levels. But what you end up doing, especially at the lower levels and up to conference, is, so for example, I would referee the Wessex. I would be on the line for the Wessex League. So as a level 5, I'm on the Wessex, but you'd always have a level 4 that's in the middle. So 4 in the middle, 5, 6 and 7 on the lines. And you'd normally have a senior line and a junior line as well. But that goes up. The Southern League, you have a level 3 in the middle, and you have a 4 on the line, and so yeah. I don't think so. I don't think you can change, because it's a lot of when you get to that high level, it's the fitness, it's the training, and you focus on what you're doing. They're different jobs. They're completely different jobs. Whereas in rugby, for example, it seems like being a touch judge is quite similar to being in the middle, that you're still making a lot of the calls. Whereas if you think on the line, you're other than some fouls, you're looking at completely different stuff. You're looking at the offsides for starters. So yeah, it's just the way it works. Yeah, there's no reason. The funny thing is, and it annoys me a little bit, but I know women, women and girl referees, and they seem to get players behave so much better for women. It's crazy, and it annoys me a bit. But players are so much more respectful to women. Mahrez, get up! Why is he's leaping on the floor and it's embarrassing. I just don't get why they keep falling over like they do. And it's the noise they make. It's the noise they make as well to try and persuade the referee to give, a foul. He's done them. It's interesting how all the players are putting their arms behind their back now as well. I'm sorry, James. I'm sorry. I'm sure most people were thinking this would be an exciting game, but it's just not really happening, is it? Well, so was I. I thought it was going to be 4-1 to Man City. Raheem Sterling couldn't hit a barn door. Can't hit a barn door, can he? Look at him. NHS is the National Health Service. So, obviously through the pandemic and everyone's been appreciating them. The government didn't decide to give them a pay rise that they really wanted, but everyone's been thanking them. So they've obviously put it on their shirt as a sign of respect. But I do stress, I'm sure the NHS workers would prefer a pay rise, which they were denied by Boris and co. But let's not get political, because I won't stop. Bad touch, Kyle. We need some goals. We need some. We need something. Otherwise, actually, to be fair, if it does go to penalties, at least that's exciting. Gotta love some penalties, don't we? It's just rubbish. It's just absolute rubbish. I've been once to the new Wembley. And that was when Southampton won the Johnson's Paint Trophy. I wasn't a massive fan of Wembley, if I'm honest. Andy, I don't condone guns. I don't condone... yeah. No one needs a gun. Liverpool aren't the most exciting team, though, are they, really? It doesn't help that Spurs can't seem to put a ball in the back of the net, though. So you would have went to the old Wembley then, James? I just can't justify like £10 for a pint of beer. That's what annoys me too much. And I'm a tight ass. I'm a tight ass, and I don't like spending the money if I don't have to. So that annoys me. That'll put me straight away that'll put me straight away in a bad mood if I see a price of a pint at about £10. Slap with a wet fish. Yeah, we can do that one. We can do that one. Or a rocket up their arse or something, maybe. No, no, I've not had any more gifts. I have said that if I do keep jokingly say the first. I do keep joking saying that the first person to get me to send me a rugby union, rugby league, or Aussie rules team top. That's the team I'll support. But no, I've not after having the hooky beer, which was nice. That was nice. But no, not had anything else. James, I remember being at St Mary's, you know, and you get a Bovril. I love a Bovril. When you go watch football, gotta have a Bovril. Powdered Bovril is amazing. And it was like £1. And then as soon as we get promoted, this was when we were in League One. And then you get promoted and it goes up to £1.50. Promoted again, it's £2, then £2.50. And it just, oh man, it just makes me so cross. And then I'll think about it all day. I will think about it all day. Oh man, Spurs can't even pass a ball. It's absolutely ridiculous. NSW, New South Wales, Waratahs? Is that a thing? What's Waratah? Ah. Referee jersey. Sure. Oh, this game is just so boring. Like, you can understand though, can't you? You can understand why people get bored of football. I will watch some. I've been so with all the streams and work and things. I've been busy, so I haven't had the chance to watch the National Rugby League in Australia. I will, and apparently, well, I'm hearing it's more competitive and a higher standard than the Super League here. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I am planning on watching some. But once again, it's the time and yeah, trying to fit everything in. Let's have a look at Rugby League. Hello. Is he going to pass it? He's not passed. Oh, I took too long to pass it. Oh, Jesus. Harry Kane must be... I don't know why Højbjerg's annoyed with Reguilon when it was Harry Kane that didn't pass the ball. Like... You see how long... Højbjerg is holding his run. Look, how long he's holding his run, and Kane decides to take ages to pass the ball. What an idiot Kane is. Are we on about this commentator as in Gary Neville? Up on his all high and mighty when he took all the money he could. What's he doing? What is João Cancelo doing? Why is he rolling around like an absolute prat? Like, is Is that enough? Is that enough for him to be screaming agony, doing a load of rolls like that? It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And as a football fan and football, played and everything, it is just embarrassing. Just embarrassing. Oh man. It makes me so cross. I say, what has the game come to? But it's been like it for years. James, you know what happens if they have an arm touch their face? Because Son bloody fell down like he was about to die in the Man United game. They feel even a touch to their face and it's like their head's about to blow up. Oh, man. Oh, mate, I take the... If a player... There's been a couple of times in a game where I've been refereeing and one player has dived and it's so embarrassing that the whole game has stopped just to laugh at him. And that's happened probably a couple of times. But there was one incident where just outside of a penalty area, it looked like the player was fouled. Okay, so I blew up and it was attacking free kick just outside the penalty area. The player that I thought had been fouled turned around, faced the other team's goalie and went like that to say that he had dived. So I blew the whistle, I changed direction and I booked the player for diving because he's basically admitted to the goalkeeper that he dived. So that was fun. He didn't like it, but shouldn't dive. No one likes a cheater, do they? Oh, man. No, we don't laugh internally. We laugh externally. You know, the amount... I said a couple of times, it's not laughing in your head. Well, it is that as well. But you're laughing... Everyone is laughing at the player externally. Everyone ends up vocally laughing because everyone can see how stupid... And they end up not getting a booking for it because of how funny it was. I think partially the problem why the referees aren't necessarily able to massively crack down on it is, bearing in mind they're trying to cheat. The players are trying to cheat at the end of the day and they're trying to con the referee. So they're not going to make... Well, sometimes they do, but they're not always going to make it... Why have they got 2 fourth officials? I just noticed they got 2 fourth officials for some reason. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, if players are diving, they're not going to make it look obvious, surely, because they want to try and deceive the referee. So trying to determine if a player has intentionally dived or just gone down soft or whatnot, that's the tricky thing. Now, it's easier if you've got replays like all the pundits have. But if you... This is the thing with the referees. You have to be so quick with your judgment quite often. And you've got one view. So that's probably why the diving isn't cracked down on. You know, add the silly noises like Harry Kane made in the first half. And it's not easy necessarily to tell. You know, players are trying to cheat at the end of the day. Oh, yeah. We see it. Of course we see it. You know, we saw it with Harry Kane then, in the first half. Literally, there was no contact on him. And you see his mouth open and he screams. Well, it's easier. I think it's easier if you're looking from the outside. And I know referees get moaned at for it, but it's not necessarily easy. Like I said, bearing in mind the players are trying to cheat. They're not going to make it obvious most of the time. Yes, sometimes. Yes, sometimes positioning for sure. Sometimes the tricky thing, the tricky thing with being a referee is about your positioning is you don't want to be too close and you don't want to be too far. You need to be close enough so you can see what is happening, where the ball is, but you also need to be a certain distance away so you can see where the ball might be going and what other things are happening. So it's not necessarily quite as straightforward as that. Um, but yes, I'm sure if sometimes if positioning is better at times, then yes, it could be easier to see. I'm on the serious belief that there should be post-match repercussions for sure. There needs to be. There's sometimes you can see that a player has dived because there is no contact. Those sort of situations, um, those sort of situations, I think should be looked at after the game, and it's pretty obvious when you're looking on a replay. You can see that there's no contact. There needs to be post-match repercussions for diving and fines for clubs. I think the problem with having two referees in a half is because football, quite often football fouls and things are subjective, which it shouldn't be, but it is. So the problem is referees have different tolerance levels. So if you have one referee in one half and another half, and one is more tolerant and one's less tolerant, you're not going to get the same consistency, and that's one thing players always moan about is saved it. That's one thing players always moan about is they want the consistency. This is just piss poor, absolutely piss poor. No. No. I don't think so, Brad. I'm sure there's certain aspects if there's a red card and things, but I don't think there's anything in terms of if a player has dived, which, like I said, there should be. So I will say, Andy, as a referee, I am impartial. I'm not biased because I couldn't care less who wins. Yeah, I assume then it will go to extra time and penalties if it's 0-0 at 90 minutes. Now, I've said this. Now, some players get on your nerves and they are absolute arseholes. They just can't score. Is the goal not big enough for you guys that are on millions of pounds a year? Jesus, what did they sign for? What am I saying? Yeah, honestly, Alex, yeah, I think there needs to be post-match repercussions on the ones where there is clearly no contact. Or if Mo Salah falls over because he grabs someone else's arm and pretends that they grabbed his arm. So Andy, this is my point. You get players that are complete arseholes all the way through the game. Now, I always say I couldn't care less who wins. I really don't care. But possibly if a team has been on your back, been almost a bit threatening, and they've been on your back all game, then it's tricky because you may give more fouls for them, or you might give less subconsciously, never on purpose, never ever on purpose, because I stress I never really care who wins a game of football. It's just a game. But yeah, possibly there's this subconscious kind of bias. Oh, good save, Lloris. Good save, Lloris. Lloris is a funny one. Lloris is a funny one. He's either really good or dreadful. Yeah, human nature, and I think think people need to realise this about referees, that referees are human. We give him what we see. We give him what we see. But people don't realise that, you know.
City are missing chances. He's saving shots. A little bit of good fortune along the way as well. Spurs still in this game.
If any of you aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the like button. That would be appreciated, massively appreciated. Yeah. Subconscious, yeah, subconscious, and not unconscious. Unconscious means you're, yeah. Australia Airsoft, hello. The only problem with the biggest hits video, I did a kind of a little combination with football and rugby for the biggest hits, but the problem is with the biggest hits, everyone's done the biggest hits. All the Americans have done the biggest hits. So is it really interesting to see me do the biggest hits? Would you not prefer me to, like I've done with rugby, focus on individual players and the refereeing, and rather than just the biggest hits, which everyone does? Is that really that exciting? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let me know. But I think people have appreciated that with the rugby videos, that I've looked at specific players, the referees. It takes a little bit of a different light because, like I said, all these American reactors, it's just watching things like the biggest hits. Is it that exciting? I don't know. I'm not sure. Weirdest thing. Weirdest thing. There was one. Just trying to think. The weirdest thing. The weirdest thing I think I saw on a football pitch is. It was. I think it was just a local Saturday game. And one of the players forgot to bring their shin pads. However, one of the teammates must have gone to Costa just before. And so they used... Get up. Get up. I'll come back to the funniest thing. Rugelon there, right? He fell over without any contact. Why are you kicking the ball out? Play on, Man City. It's embarrassing. Rugelon, he leapt over because he knew he wasn't going anywhere. He then looked up at the ref to say, oh, look, it's a foul. He knew he wasn't getting a foul. Look, he looks... He knew he wasn't getting a foul. So he then starts rolling around. Like, what the hell? There's literally nothing wrong with him. He just knew he wasn't going to be getting into the box. The commentators need to be calling these idiots out. They need to call the idiots out because it's embarrassing. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. And if you're a Spurs fan and you agree with that, then you've got problems. As a Saints fan, if I see my players diving, I've got issues with them. So, yeah. Anyway. Slight contact. Brad, you say there was slight contact to his left heel. There was only contact to his left heel after he had started falling to the floor. Is that a foul then? I don't think so, because he had already started falling to the floor, looking for a foul. Anyway, after that little rant on that Rugelon idiot. Funniest thing, so a player obviously forgot his shin pads. Now in football you must have shin pads. And one of his teammates had been to Costa, had a coffee or whatever before the game. So what they did, and I noticed it luckily partly through the game, they got the scissors out of the first aid box and cut them. And he used the Costa cups to go down his socks to look like shin pads. Absolute idiot. Absolute idiot. Yeah. That's probably the funniest thing, I think. It's funny when you... So I was running the line yesterday. And I gave an offside. And he kicked off. But it's always the player holding the... No, I didn't give an offside, sorry. I didn't give an offside. And the player who is holding the other player's onside is always the first one to moan and say, offside, offside. When he has just been in a rubbish position and holding them all onside. They could never agree, but always have a go at the lino, even though the lino's in the best position. I do laugh. If they want to moan at me, though, I quickly give them a sarcastic comment back. God, man. Something's got to happen. Surely something has got to happen. The problem is if it's 0-0, I want the penalties, but I don't really want another half an hour. Yeah, I don't really want another half an hour of football because it's just dull. Rodrigo? Is that Rodrigo?
Sticking the big man on the set piece. Can he get him on before this free kick's taken?
Scored Aston Villa on Wednesday. Scored.
Cheers, Andy. Nice of you to join me. Thanks, buddy. Means a lot. Cheers. Goal. 1-0. Bad time for Andy to go if he didn't see that. Wow. You certainly can't see Spurs getting a goal back, can you, really? Who was marking Laporte? No one was marking Laporte. Sissoko was marking Laporte.
Once he gets there, it's just whether he can direct the header with the power into the corner. It's a fantastic header. It's Hojbjerg who tries to get back on that back post, but he's just off that post by a yard.
Alex, the problem this will be the only. This will literally be the only action of the game, and you have just missed it. So, Man City going for the double then. League Cup and the league.
It's the old-fashioned way. And he does do that. He does score headers. And usually, in games away from Manchester, I'm not sure...
You say the defence is rubbish. The attack's not much better. Without Harry Kane, they can't really do much, can they? So... Dele Alli's coming on. His career has gone to pot a little bit, hasn't it?
Goal down.
So disappointed, those Spurs players. Ridden their luck, but to concede from a set piece against City is the one way you wouldn't want to accept conceding.
Oh man, you've done the same as Alex. That's the only action of the game, James.
And for the season. This team were going for the win. Having soaked up a lot of pressure.
At least they didn't have to travel far, the Spurs fans, I suppose.
There for the season. That moment of slight rashness from Aurier to give away the free kick.
You can have no complaints. Been battered by Manchester City, but they had a chance going into the last 10 minutes.
That goes regular.
The problem is,
Here comes De Bruyne. Still going, Kevin De Bruyne. Sterling's there.
the problem is, at the start of the game, you saw Man City absolutely dominating. So you thought, there's going to be goals. There's going to be plenty of goals. And apparently Man City just can't hit a barn door except then.
Spurs are going to throw everything at it.
De Bruyne. Gundogan. Here goes Sterling. Do it himself. Spurs again getting their blocks in.
Raheem Sterling has been absolutely dreadful this game. He has been absolutely dreadful. Jojo!
Sissoko.
No. Yeah, I think I will go as far as saying Raheem Sterling has been one of the worst players on the pitch. That is what I'm going to go at. I'm going to say he's been one of the worst players on the pitch.
Equaling the record of Liverpool back in
We'll see if any of you agree with me.
early 1980s, early to mid 1980s, but it's not done yet. Aurier.
Come on, we need a bit of Bale magic.
Here's Son. Reguilon. It's a Rose clearance.
No, however, James, you say that. You say there's 11 worse. Now, he is an attacking player. What are attacking players paid to do? They're paid to score goals and create goals. Has he done any of that? No. You can say Spurs have been worse, but yes, maybe the attacking side has been worse, but Man City have only been able to score one goal. So maybe the Spurs' defence have been okay, but I would argue Sterling has been one of the worst players on the pitch because he's not been able to do his job properly. And he's had a lot of chances.
Expect the unexpected. Think of Liverpool yesterday conceding a goal that was disallowed in added time and then conceding one that was.
Yeah, I think you're right. Go support your local team instead of this nonsense.
Seconds, but there aren't that many seconds left for Tottenham Hotspur.
Is Aguero not going to get on?
Incidentally, there won't be the Aguero name on the back of the City shirt next season, but they are going to weave into the new kit 93.20, which was the time in which he scored that fateful goal. It will be the season of the 10th anniversary of that. Watch it, drink it in Manchester.
Oh,
Chasing.
no, at least he did get up. He didn't complain.
They don't need to whip it in.
Or Serge Aurier. Guys, and this is what you got to think, right?
This world.
These are two teams that wanted to be in this Super League, right? And the argument for watching it is watching the best teams every week. Wow. Imagine if this was the first game of this new Super League, right? This was the first game.
Another second from a set piece.
I think I think you'd be disappointed, wouldn't you? Let's be honest, you would be really disappointed if this was the first game of the Super League. It's been so boring. Not quite as boring as the Leicester Saints game, but still very boring.
Another chance for City on the counter-attack. Bernardo Silva.
Sometimes it's not always so great watching the best teams versus the best teams. Not that I think Spurs are one of the best teams, but...
Sterling is still waiting. Going as a goal scorer again. Mahrez.
Yeah. Well, Alex, I've made my thoughts. Get rid of all these 6 teams from the Premier League. Then the season will be interesting. We'll have a new winner. It's almost like any team would be able to win. Get rid of these teams because they're clearly not that great, are they? It's not exciting. Yeah. Does that... But 20 shots on goal, does that not partially prove my point that Raheem Sterling has been dreadful? Because most of those 20 shots have been Raheem Sterling. And he hasn't scored, so he hasn't done his job. Therefore, he's done rubbish. I think that's a valid point. Oh, excuse me.
2-0 win in February of last year. Stevie Wonder moment.
1 minute. Oh, how many? We probably have 3. 3 of added time. This couldn't end soon enough, could it?
6 players wanting to join in this attack. But what they have, they hold if they keep the ball.
Well, they're brilliant in managing these moments, Martin. As we know, they just press the ball high up the pitch and stop teams attacking them and then win it back and then keep it. It's unique.
Cancelo. Gundogan.
Oh, finish them. No.
Trying to finish it off.
Arguably, Spurs have done okay defensively. Just a thought.
Played by Bernardo Silva, but Spurs get the ball. Yet Sissoko can run. Using that power. Bale. Work wide. Took the tune to the face of the game. Couldn't get there. Sterling.
Can he do anything this game?
Raheem Sterling.
Nope. See, once again, Raheem Sterling has done absolutely nothing. To arguably one of the worst players on the pitch. He will happily accept his League Cup medal though, wouldn't he? Make him think he's done well by winning. We're on 91.36, so about a minute and a half of normal time. Minute and a half at least. Oh. Yeah, we've got just over a minute left of minimum. I'm currently on 92 minutes right now.
It's a lesson. He probably expected one. He's got a lot to learn. He'd be the first to admit. His team have dug in. As you said, Gary, it could have been a humiliating defeat the way it was in the first half. They survived that pressure, Spurs. Forward by Reguilon. Now Ruben Diaz.
None of the attacking players for Spurs have done anything, have they? From midfield to attack. There's been no real link-up play,
Still running,
no creativity.
controlling.
Harry Kane. I said I just don't think Harry Kane's anything special personally.
No flag. Mahrez.
That's because, and that annoys me. That's another thing. That's another thing that's annoying me. That the Linos are not putting their flags up. They keep waiting. Look,
Do not underestimate
They keep waiting for VAR to kind of confirm everything. Like, if it's offside and you think it's offside, stick your flag up. The situation with refereeing is crazy at the moment, but there we go. Game over. I need to stop doing live watch-alongs for football, if I'm honest, because it's not going well, is it? On entertainment side of things. It's really not. Well, Gundogan's being a good sport, I suppose.
You look at that Pep Guardiola cup final record, it's absolutely sensational. The way in which they go about it, as I said before, is unique. The passing, the movement, the domination, it was a lesson for Ryan Mason, a great experience for him, but one. Guardiola, those players.
Well, we'll see if they go up the stairs, shall we?
Brilliance on the ball. They created so many
Sean,
chances.
you say your cricket game is more interesting. To think cricket is really boring. You're probably right, mate. You're probably right, because this was rubbish.
In this generation, City certain of a place in the Champions League, the playoff place in the new Europa Conference League on off today will now pass to qualification for league positions. Tottenham will still have a shot at that. But 4 in a row. Fantastic. And anybody who thought for a moment that they would have half an eye on PSG next week, that takes care of itself. They'll start
Who's top goal scorer? Who are we talking about?
collecting the medals and put away in the kit bags.
Remind me, who's top goal scorer?
Joyous scenes from a football club that
You say 15 cup finals Pep Guardiola has been in part of he's won 14, but he has always had the best team, has he not?
and here they are,
Has he pretty much not always had the best team? So is
still Europe, which would mean a huge amount to them.
that as much of an achievement as you think? I'm not sure.
For Manchester City this time, they
Yeah.
and the scoreline.
I'm not even interested in who's lifting up, so
Well, Manchester City have done it. They're going to send themselves over to their fans who filled up a part of Wembley Stadium today.
there you go. They're
Allowed in, and what a day it is. As
they're
well
doing
as
something on the grass. I don't think they're going up the stands, up to this. Yeah.
Jamie Redknapp, Michael Richards, Michael Dawson alongside us. Just to analyse what we've just seen there. Michael, it feels right when she comes to you. You've got a massive smile on your face, which people can't see at the moment.
I tell you, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there.
So great after the week.
If you're watching on Discord, I'll leave it up for you so you can see them lift a trophy.
To finish with a
Cheeky monkey, the game has just finished 1-0 to Man City.
trouble down.
It was very dull. I'm going to leave it there. If you did watch if you have joined me for the live stream, make sure you hit the like button.
Spurs came out and had a go.
Make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. Join the Discord server, link down below. And yeah, I will catch you next time. Enjoy. Harry Kane, yes, he has scored, but he's been in the positions and he's a good finisher, I suppose. Anyway,
A 25th
I will catch you next time.